Yeah, I know Gerbil's stepping down. I talked to him. I talked to Gerbil. I think you saw this to me last time there, Hot Odd. The devs are pushing people away from the game. That's not what's going on. No. It is the natural progression of a game that's been around for 9 years. This game's been around for 9 years as of next month. It naturally progresses that creators come in and creators go out and creators come in and creators go out. The only creator that's been here from the beginning to now is Arnold. The rest of us have lingered our way in at some point along the journey. Everybody else has left. Cubs fan Han, Mobile Gamer. There's I can think of 30 of them. Well, my pal Dylar. Well, there was a guy early on. There are probably 50 creators that have come in, done at least, gotten up to 1,000 subscribers, and then left the game. That's just a natural progression. Warrior, there's one. Name some other creators that have come and gone along the way. Yeah, I think Gerbil's priorities have changed. That's a big deal, and that happens for everybody. It's good to see you, Arize. Let's give you that intro, my friend.
Master
AP, yeah?
Master looks after us. Master betrayed us. Master must
AP,
and we'll be the master.
As far as subs go, AP was the third highest sub total ever on a YouTube creator for this game. And yeah, your priorities change in life, your things going on in life change, stuff that's going on changes, and it takes you in different directions. It may not, and you feel like it's the game, but it might even be the YouTube grind. You know, honestly, adding YouTube on top of playing the game, I can tell you this right away, it's like an entire nother grind. So I've got a full-time job, I've got my YouTube grind, I've got the grind in the game, I've got my family. These are all priorities that I balance along the way. Now I'm in a little different position. I don't have young kids. I'm not just starting off my life. I'm in a different part of my life where I can actually really focus and dial into the YouTube, and I don't plan on going anywhere for a long, long time. But I think it's just the nature of any game. Glurmit, Veiled Shot, that's recently. There's some older ones. Also being a content creator, way more games a game over time than the average person who could lead to burnout. Yeah, absolutely. For me, I enjoy making content and spending time with you guys so much that it adds a lot to the game for me. That's my view on it. You get a girlfriend. Xerath hasn't left the game. He's still here. Life changes over time for all of us. Your priorities now, 10 years is a long time. Oh, when I look at the 10-year stages of my life is completely different in every 10-year stage. You know, when I was 10 years old, and you can take this in, but when I was 10 years old, I'm just in school, having fun. We had moved to a new city, and I was getting used to it. When I was 20 years old, I was in college. 30 years old, I had 3 kids, 3 boys, young boys. 40 years old, my boys were teenagers. I had another boy we had on there at the end of it. Our youngest, you guys hear Nooch Jr. on the channel all the time. So we had another boy at that time, and I was kind of going through a little midlife thing. 50, you know, now my boys are grown. It's every 9 years is a long time for a game to be around, and there have been a lot of content creators that have come and gone. The devs are not pushing people out of the game. It's just the nature of the game. Most people do not stick around with the game for that long. So, but I think the game will die soon. No, I don't. There are no indications of this game dying soon. Indicators of a game dying soon are you stop seeing new content developed. When you stop seeing, usually there's enough content in, like you saw Loader Homie. Loader Homie was dead before it launched. I'm just a little news flash for you guys that played it. Lord of the Rings Heroes of Middle-earth was dead before it launched, and Capital Games knew it. I'm sorry, everybody. So what they did was, they did take a shot. They launched the game and said, maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe it hits when we launch it. It didn't hit when they launched it. They figured that was going to happen. They had about 9 months of content already developed for the game. They had stopped developing prior to launching, and they launched that 9 months of content, and then 3 months later, they shut down the game. You could tell when a game is dying. This game is not dying anytime soon. You know, Arnold and I think Calvin all came out with the video on the same day of all these teams and characters we can add. There's probably 100 of them right now that exists, and that's not considering future Star Wars content that comes out. So you look at 100 characters, this game adds probably 15 characters and ships a year, maybe 20. I mean, that's another 5 years that you got of content minimum, and that doesn't include future stuff. This game's got a long run on it. This game, and I'll tell you right now, as far as EA and Capital Games going right now, this game is a cash cow. This game is already developed. It's already out there. There's no more development need on it. They just sprinkle in a new game mode here, new characters there. The base of the game is already set. So they don't need to have a gigantic development team on this. They need a decent size. And this game is making $200 million a year. More, it's making more than that, the revenue. The revenue's, it's probably more like $300 million a year, and I think this is a $2 billion game by this point. But this game is a cash cow. People are still spending on it. New characters continue to come out. The game is not anywhere near dying. Not anywhere near dying.